Good morning. This class we will be doing 3 balance poses. They are tree, eagle, and half moon. We're going to sit in the chair first, so if you have a chair with no arms, you want to sit in that chair towards the front. And if you have a yoga block like this, you may want to use that as well. You don't need it though. So coming to the front of your chair, have your sits bones right at the edge of the chair and the backs of your thighs free. And we're going to take the right leg and lift it up and place the foot just against the opposite calf. And this is going to be some work in the thigh and the rotation of the hip. So just holding it there. This is the muscular part of the pose. We're going to work on the flexibility in a moment. And then bring the right leg down and then left leg. You're just going to lift the leg, externally rotate the hip, and gently touch the foot to the inner side of the calf muscle, right? And you may feel a little bit of work in that hip, in the thigh muscle. You can use that left hand to support the thigh if needed, or just guide the knee. And then place the foot down. Now, if you have a block, another way to work with this is to put the block between your feet and place your right foot, the outer edge of the foot, on the block. If you don't have a block, then you can simply place the foot on the inside of the thigh again and work on that strengthening. If you have a block or a low stool, or even a stack of bolsters, blankets, or pillows, you can do that. I'm just working on lengthening the inner groin here, opening the hip. And then bringing that knee in, and we'll do that on the second side. Letting that left knee come out to the side. Lengthen from the inner groin to the inner knee. And again, if you don't have a block today, you can repeat what we just did and work on strengthening the muscles around the thigh and hip. Or you're resting on the block. Okay. So taking this a little bit deeper into a stretch, we'll bring that left leg down, move the block. Now you're going to scoot all the way back in your chair. So your hips come towards the back. Make sure that if your feet don't come all the way to the floor here, that you put something underneath your feet, a folded blanket, a block, a pillow, so that you have something to press into. Then you're going to hold behind the inside of your right knee, bring that leg in and up, and you're just resting your ankle on the seat of the chair, right? Again, stretching the knee out to the side, stretching that inner groin. And if you can't quite get your foot up into this position, go back to resting the foot on the block. And then bring that right leg down and bring the left leg up. Good. Letting that left foot press against the inner thigh, stretching that inner thigh away and reaching the knee to the side, sitting up straight and tall. And after stretching here, you can go a bit further, so just taking this in stages. This time, when you bring that leg up, you can put the foot on top of the knee, on top of the lower part of the thigh. Again, keep the chest lifted. If you feel any discomfort in the knee, in the ankle, flex the foot, pulling the toes back towards the shin. That should neutralize the knee and the ankle and avoid any feeling of twisting or pulling. And then release that side. Good. And lift the left leg up. And let that inner groin stretch, pressing the knee out to the side, keeping the shoulders over the hips, sitting up straight. And keeping that left foot flex, pulling the toes back towards the shin bone, ankle neutral. And that'll keep the twist out of your knee and keep it in the hip, where we want it to be. Okay, so you're welcome to repeat any of those if you are staying in the chair today. We will be coming back to the chair to start the other poses, but for now we're going to stand with the chair for support. So coming back to standing, you're going to take the chair to your left side, back of the chair towards you, and you just are going to have that for balance here. Now you're going to bend your right knee and turn the leg out to the side. First, keep the toes on the floor and just touch the heel to the inner shin. Another option for working on this pose is if you have a wall behind you, instead of holding onto the chair, you can reach your hands back to the wall, or even be so close to the wall that you can lean back against it. So you can play with different ways to work on the balance. And then still holding on to the chair with your left arm, you're going to do that on the left side. And again, maybe you can play with the balance here. You've still got 2 feet on the floor, at least the toes. Really pull that knee back and feel the length through the inner groin. Okay, and then coming down. Next stage here is going to be to bring the foot below the knee. So we never want to push into the knee joint in this pose. So standing on your left leg, bending your right knee, turn that leg out to the side and just bring the foot so that the heel is a little bit below the knee, not pushing into the knee joint. Again, lengthen from the inner groin to the inner knee. You'll feel a gripping in that outer hip as you stretch there. And then maybe release your hand from the back of the chair for a moment. Maybe just have 2 fingers on the back of the chair. Maybe just touch the wall behind you. Playing a little bit with the balance. And coming to the left side, turning that left leg out to the side and pressing the foot into the inner calf below the knee. Again, maybe you can balance. So one trick for balance is to find a place across the room, on the floor or the wall, to look at. And as you look straight at that point, you may find that it's easier to balance rather than looking around the room. And then we're going to go up higher on the upper inner thigh. So bending that right knee again. Take the right foot and you can use your hand to help and place that high up in the upper inner groin. And then depending on whether you are wearing shorts or what fabric your pants are, the foot might slip. I'm not sure what's going to happen with my foot with these yoga pants. It feels like it's slipping, yeah. So you can just hold on with your hand. There's also an option of using a belt to loop around the ankle. So there's my belt. I'll show that in just a moment. Or you can just hold and then maybe try with the balance. I find that the placement of the foot on the upper inner thigh works a lot better if you can go skin to skin. It's a good pose to practice when you're wearing yoga shorts. All right, so you're gonna move your chair to the other side because otherwise your knee will run into it. And I'm gonna show with the strap this time. So standing on your right leg, you're gonna place the foot with your left hand. You can loop that belt right around the top of the ankle and hold here. So depending on how high you're pulling that foot up, sometimes using the belt keeps you from rounding forward and gives you that nice tall lifted chest, spine straight. And again, you can bring just fingertips to the back of the chair or work on a little bit of balance by bringing the hand to the hip. And again, if you're not here, you're going below the knee. If you're working on your balance just with the toes on the floor, you can still be working there or in the chair. All right, and release. So that's some ways of working on Vrksasana or tree pose. We're going to move on to eagle pose, Garudasana. So we'll turn the chair back to front and sit. And for Garudasana, there's a leg position and a arm position. So we're going to work on the arm position first. Come forward to the front edge of the chair. Knees straight out from your hips, ankles underneath your knees. Stretch your arms straight out to the sides. You're going to take your left arm on top of your right arm, crossing above the elbow, and then twining the arms around each other. You want the thumbs to be back towards your face and the little fingers to be away towards the computer screen. This is stretching between the shoulder blades. You should feel a nice stretch between the spine and shoulder blades. If you can't twine the hands all the way, you can bring the backs of the hands towards each other. If it's difficult to cross above the elbows, you're just going to give yourself a hug, reaching around behind you. So I'll show what that looks like from the back. You're reaching to touch the shoulder blades and pulling the shoulder blades away from the spine. And then release the arms out to the side. Now we're going to take the right arm over the left arm. So right arm over left arm, twine the hands around each other. See if you can get the palms facing each other, the thumbs towards your face, and the little fingers away. Shoulders away from the ears. Okay, if you can't quite clasp the hands there, just try bringing the backs of the hands together, or you can give yourself a hug, reaching the hands as far around towards the shoulder blades as you can. Breathing here, feeling that stretch between the spine and shoulder blades, around the outside of the arms. Elbows should be about the level of your shoulders and hands away from the face, above the elbows as well. And then release and reach the arms out to the side. So that is the arm portion of Garudasana, eagle pose. Now we're going to work on the leg portion. It is the same idea of winding the legs around each other. So we're going to take the right leg over the left. You're going to cross the leg as high as you can towards the hip, and then see if you can twine the foot around the back of the calf. So on this side, it looks like my foot's not going to wrap all the way around. We'll see if I can demonstrate on the other side. Almost sprained my ankle about 3 weeks ago, so it's not very happy with these ankle poses. So if you can't wrap the foot around the back of your calf, you're just going to bring the foot close in. We're crossing right over left to start. Hold the knee and sit up straight. And then we'll switch sides. Left leg over right leg. Twine the foot around. Sometimes if you take the other foot off to the side a little bit, there we go. A little bit of wrapping of the foot behind the calf. Lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back and down. And stretching here. And then we're going to do both together, arms and legs. So unwrap first. Right leg over the left leg. Take your arms out to the side. Left arm over the right arm. So opposite arm and leg on top. And here we are in Garudasana, seated in the chair. Pull that foot in towards the calf if you can't wrap the ankle around. Feel that stretch through the shoulder blades. Palms facing each other, thumbs alongside the fingers, but the thumb side of the hand is facing the face, little finger side away. And release, stretch out to the side, bring the arms down, and change the cross of your legs. And then if you need to walk that foot out to the side to get the wrap of the toes, you can. And then it is left knee on top, so you're going to put right arm on top. Good. Stretch through the shoulders. Widening the shoulder blades. Take another breath here. And then release and unwrap the legs. You can stay in the chair if you're not standing up today, otherwise we're going to come to standing. Now, if you're using a chair for balance, you're just going to do the legs here. So, taking the right leg over the left leg, so bending the knee first, taking the right leg over the left. Good, and then just try bringing your hands to your hips for balance. Okay. If you're using the wall, you can do the arms and legs at the same time by having your feet about one of your feet distance away from the wall. So put one heel on the wall, one foot steps out, heel to toe, and then bring both feet together. Bend your knees and lean forward so your shoulders aren't on the wall. So now we're doing the left leg over the right leg, twining the foot around if possible. And if you're leaning back with your hips on the wall, you can now take your arms and add them. So you would take your right arm over your left arm. Garudasana, eagle pose. Good, and release, and come all the way back to standing. All right, the next pose we're going to do is half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. And you're going to come back to the chair. To get ready for Ardha Chandrasana, we're going to do triangle pose in the chair. When you do half moon without the props, you do triangle pose first. So we're going to stretch out into that first. Come forward to the front edge of the chair. Take your right knee to the right, left leg points straight forward. Right hand to the inside of the knee, left hand to the left hip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Shoulders away from the ears. Then reach your right arm out over your right leg. Lengthen the torso out over the leg and bring your elbow to your knee. Pull the knee back. Turn the right ribs forward, the left ribs back. From here, you're going to stretch your right hand towards your right foot, maybe touching the floor here with your fingertips, and bring your left arm up directly from the shoulder. Stretch across the arms into the fingertips. Triangle pose in the chair. And pull yourself up. Second side, bring that right leg forward, take the left leg to the left. Left hand to the inside of the left knee, right hand to the right hip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Take your left arm, stretch it out over your left leg, extend over the left leg, and bring your elbow to your knee. Pull the knee back with your elbow and turn the left ribs forward, the right ribs back. Reach your left arm down, straightening the elbow towards the foot. You may touch the floor with your fingertips. And then reach the right arm straight up from the shoulder. Again, press the arms back. Turn the left ribs forward, the right ribs back. And pull up. Good. Bring that leg forward. Now we're going to come to standing. If you're not standing, repeat triangle pose again, seated in the chair. For half moon standing, you're going to take your chair and turn it so that the back of the chair is facing towards the screen, and you're going to put that on the right side of your mat. Then turn your right leg out and step in front of the chair, so the back side of the chair as it is oriented right now. So you're stepping your right foot here towards the back of the chair. Then bring your left hand to the back of the chair, your right forearm down to the seat of the chair, and lift your left leg, straighten your right leg. Right? Good. Stretch out in both directions. Out through the left heel, lengthen through the crown of your head. Good. And then bend the knee and come down. All right. Step that right foot back. Move your chair to the other side of your mat. So this time I want to be a little bit more precise about the placement of my feet. When you step your left foot to the side, just have your toes in line with the near edge of the chair. Then your shoulder will be in a better position. Bring your right hand to the back of the chair. Bring your left forearm down to the seat of the chair. Lift your right leg up and then straighten your left leg. Reach through your Right heel, toes point forward, hip opens. Good. And then if you'd like to try a little bit more balance here, you can let go with the right arm on the back of the chair and stretch that arm up. And then come down, bend the left knee, bring the right foot down, and come all the way up to standing. All right, come back to seated in your chair. Bring your hands to the thighs, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the chest. Let your eyes close gently if you're comfortable. Closing your eyes and take your attention to your breath. Soft, easy inhale and exhale. And then release your hands down to the sides. Open the palms forward. Bend the elbows and bring your hands to the heart, palms together. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for coming to class today and working on these balance poses. I will see you tomorrow.